Welcome to the first poker vlog, baby. I've been excited to do this for a really long time, but I've been kind of putting it off. But now is the time. We're about 1 year into our poker journey, and I finally feel like it's time where I can start putting myself out there and see what we can do. This is actually the day after filming my first session ever at Mad River Poker in Dayton, Ohio. It's like 10 minutes from where I live. It's where I play all the time. Before I get into some hands, let's set the scene for this week. I'm on a pretty good sun run right now. I'll put all my sessions for the week right here, but we're not losing. I've played in 5 tournaments and I've cashed in 4 of them. I'm destroying my home games. And we've played 2 cash sessions for a total of like 1,400 in 2 days. And I'm about to go play right now. So let's go get into some hands, baby. It is a beautiful day to play some poker. It's really hot, but I don't care because we're going to crush everyone today. We walk in and we get a $400 buy-in at a new table with about 6 or 5 people to start. And let's hop into some hands.
Thank you, sir.
We look down at pocket 8s in late position with a straddle behind me. This is a beautiful spot, so we raise it up to 15. Folds around to the small blind. Who calls the 15? We go to a flop, and we see 6, 7, 8. Bink! But 2 diamonds and 3 to a straight. Kind of scary, but I feel like I have to go for value here. I have a really strong hand with the flop set. So I bet out for 20, but then I get check raised to $55. This is really weird. He could be doing this with 2 pairs. He could be doing this with a flop straight. He could be doing this with a flush draw. So I call, and we have to evaluate a turn, which comes a terrible, terrible 10 of diamonds. This puts me in a really weird spot, and I expect him to bet out again here, but he checks. This brings out 2 4-liners, the flush draw is there, and he leads out for $100. This bet doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, he could have a flush draw and then hit his flush, but other than that, everything he's check raising with is betting again on the turn, not checking. But even if he checked when he hit the flush, I feel like I am no good here. Some random 2 pairs maybe, but he's probably not going for value on the river. So I feel like I can find a better spot, and we fold the flopped set, unfortunately. Now on to something a little more crazy. We have a double board bomb pot. Everybody puts in $10 pre-flop, and we are dealt a very pretty king 8 of diamonds. This is a premium in a bomb pot. So we head to a flop on both boards, and we hit top pair on 2 unconnected boards. It doesn't get much better than this in a bomb pot. We pretty much have both boards locked up unless someone has like random 2 pairs, which they can only win one of it. So I lead out for $40, and it folds around to the woman to my right. Super tight player who never plays anything but the nuts, so I'm a little worried, and she calls. So we head to a river, which comes 2 unders, still super unconnected board. We have to think our 8s are at least good on one board here. So I lead out for 100, trying to fold out some garbage, and she calls. So I'm getting a little worried now. But we have to see the river, and it comes another 2 duds. We still have top pair on both boards. I don't know how that happens. But she checks. I don't think I'm getting value out of anything, and I don't think I can fold out any of her 2 pairs. So I check it back, and she has 5-9 of hearts. She has like a pair and a flush draw on one board. So we scooped with king 8 of diamonds. I don't know how that happened, but I will gladly take the dub. On to the net stand. We are dealt king queen in the small blind, facing not 1, not 2, but 5 limpy poos, and we must punish them. And to do that, we raise to 16, and we get 2 callers. We head to a flop, and we see nothing. 10, 8, 8, 2 hearts. This kind of sucks. I can't see bet this. I have nothing, so I check. It checks all the way around, so we love to see that. And the turn comes a jack. The jack is a really good card for me because it brings in an open-ended straight draw, and I still have 2 overs, but I have no reason to bet here. So I check. Middle position checks, but the low jack decides he wants to throw out 20 bucks now. Could be a bluff, could have hit top pair. Doesn't matter. I feel like I need to continue. I'm getting a good price to keep going. But middle position guy also comes along, so that's a little odd. And on the river, we see the 9 of diamonds giving me the nut straight on a paired board, though. In real time, I didn't realize there was a 4-liner to the straight on the board and that I had 2 overs to that, which is a really good spot to be in. But I decided to check because I thought there could be a lot of full houses, random full houses out there, and I didn't think I would get value out of anything. But looking back at it, I probably should have thrown out a small bet here, but I was more worried about facing a check raise, because what happens if I get check raised? I just have to maybe fold the nut straight. Just puts me in a weird spot. So I decide to check, and it checks all the way around.
Kind of straight.
We have king, queen, jack, queen.
Middle position player had queen sits, so he had the straight. Probably could have gotten some value out of him. Low jack didn't want to show his hand. He probably had trip eights. So just an unfortunate spot. Definitely could have gotten more value. I have a little bit of slow play syndrome right now where I'm just not betting my hands, but I will gladly take the decently sized pot. Just a few hands later, we are dealt ace-7 offsuit under the gun. I really shouldn't be opening this, but I felt like I was at a good table where it could be opened pretty lightly. So I opened at $10, and we get 2 callers from the hijack and the cutoff, and we go to a flop, which is beautiful. 6-7-2, 2 hearts. We have top pair ace kicker, so we bet out again for 20, and we only get called by the hijack. And unfortunately, on the turn, we see another 7. Bink! We hit a set of 7s with an ace kicker. No straights out there. We are holding the effective nuts. I could check here, but I don't think a check would make very much sense. If I'm already repping top pair, might as well keep on repping it when another 7 comes down. He could think I'm bluffing. He could have a 7 himself. He could also have draws. It's best we just bet again. So I bet out for $45, and he doesn't really even think about it, and he just calls. Not a snap call, but close enough. And on the river, the 9 of diamonds. Not the best card in the world, but I can't really be scared of anything. If he had a gut shot and hit it, it is what it is. Pocket 9s, it is what it is. So I lead out again for 100, and this man enters the tank for like 2 minutes. He's just sitting there shuffling his chips. I'm really hoping for a call because he's been tanking so long. There's no way I am not good here. But he folds. And we scoop a decently sized pot, so I can't be too upset. Could have maybe went smaller on the river, but $100 and 163, I think's fine. All of those hands happened within like a 30-45 minute span, so it was like super high action packed. But then we went card dead for like 3 hours. I mean, it happens. It just sucks when it does. After about 3 hours, I was pretty much about to break even. My phone was about to die, so I stopped recording. But there are 2 big hands I want to go over. Let me set the scene a little bit. We're at a super loose table. Stats are really deep. I had about 800, 700, 800 in my stack. Everyone else at the table probably had around 1,000. And I get dealt 7-9 of spades. It's backwards, I apologize. On the button, an ultra loose player opens to 15, and another ultra loose player calls the 15. I'm on the button. It folds around to me. I decide I'm going to punish their loose opening by 3-betting. So I 3-bet with 7-9 up to $75. The first guy folds. The second guy says he's had enough and he calls. The flop comes ace-7-5, 2 diamonds. As the pre-flop aggressor, ace-high flop, I feel like I have to bet this 100% of the time. So I bet a little bit of a down bet. And he calls. The queen of spades comes on the turn. This is a good card for me. It gives me a pair and a flush draw. So I decide to check it, and it goes check, check. The river comes the queen of clubs, which for my hand is a terrible card. But for my range, this is a fantastic card. If he has an ace, he might have to fold to another bet. Flush draws didn't get there. And there's no way he has a queen with runner, runner, queen. With my 7-9 of spades, I bet out again on the river for $140. I get snap called. Queen 4 of diamonds. Had the flush draw. Went runner, runner for a set of queens. That one really... I don't think there's much better of a spot to bluff. I just got unlucky in my opinion. It is what it is. But this sets up for the next hand very well. I have king 9 of spades in the small blind, and I'm tilted out of my mind from losing that bluff to runner, runner, queens. The same ultra loose player opens to 15, and the same guy that just beat me with runner, runner, queens calls the 15. I'm tired of it. So I 3-bet to $100 with king 9 of spades in the small blind. Our first opponent, Lee. This man's crazy. Plays any 2 cards. Doesn't matter the price. He just wants to play. He's having a good time. He says, I call, and throws in the $100 like it is nothing. The third player gets out of the way, folds, and it is heads up to a flop. 3, 6, 9. Bink, we hit top pair. For a normal 3-betters range, that is awful, but that is beautiful for our hand. And even better, we know Lee plays all that garbage, so he probably got a part of it. So I throw another 100 at Lee's face. He raises me to $500. Ah! He told the table he has to leave because he has to go pick up his kids. He's probably just trying to get gas money from me. And I said, no, Lee, you're walking to pick your kids up today because I call. And I show down the king 9. He flips over jack 9. He misses on the turn, misses on the river, and we scoop a $1,200 pot to end the night of a card dead session. It doesn't get much better than that, baby. About $275 profit for the night. I will take that any day, especially when the cards are not coming my way. Whew. I definitely plan on making more of these videos, but they take a really long time to edit. So if you enjoyed, please leave a comment, leave a like, tell me what I can improve on. Not my poker play. You can give me tips. I don't really care. But that'll be all for this video, and I hope to have more action coming your way. Peace out.